Pete here, and welcome back to another episode of Triple Dummy. And I'm joined by Susan Humphreys and Nick Jacob. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
How's everyone doing?
Yeah, doing pretty well, thank you. Bit bored, but I guess we're all in the same boat, aren't we?
Yeah.
Well, seems a bit crazy. The weeks, seem to be going pretty quickly, actually.
Yeah, well, you got lots of work to do. I'm just at home with the kids.
Yeah.
Man.
Kind of amazing how fast it's going. Like 1 month ago, we were talking about Gold Coast and how that was just wrapping up, and everyone's in lockdown.
Yeah, instantaneous change.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Anyway, today we're going to talk basically about dealing with bridge in quarantine and sort of what sort of alternatives that you've actually got, what options are available, check out what sort of tips and tricks people have for passing the time and until this all gets over and getting back into the bridge at the end. And wanted to highlight a cool hand that Susan played recently. First of all, has anyone been playing bridge during quarantine?
A little, nowhere near as much as it sounds like just about everyone else. Whenever I come online, I've never seen so many good players on BBO. It's amazing.
Yeah, I have to say I've been on BBO a lot more than recent weeks. So yeah.
Yeah, so I think BBO's numbers have gone up 4 times or something. They've got 40,000 people online per day compared to 10,000 recently before this all happened. And all their servers are going what on earth do we actually do? We're actually kind of lucky that in our time zones that the server's not too bad because there's nowhere near as many people using it, but I've heard reports of dropouts and stuff like that people have to cope with. Luckily, we don't yet.
That's true. Yeah. Well, the software upgrade that they did has, side grade, downgrade, I don't know. I don't enjoy it at all. And I feel like, man, if the software was actually really good right now, it would be the perfect advertisement for bridge, And look, we've all used BBO for years and years and years. It's obviously the one we use. All the other ones have gone by the wayside, but I still think it could be better,
I think it's pretty good, Nick. It's free. You don't have to pay anything.
But they make money. They make some money, but
yeah, of course they make money. They have to make something. But you as an individual don't have to pay anything if you don't want to.
That's true.
Yeah, I've got 6 new bridgies playing, and they seem to like it on BBO. They can maneuver around, so
that's good.
7. I've got 7 actually.
We just had someone sacked again. Said missing my free weekly lessons or instant tournament with you, Pete. Yeah, one of the issues is BBO has temporarily cancelled the weekly free instant tournament because of the amount of people playing, and having instant tournaments uses up all their server load. So the best tournament going around got cut temporarily.
Brutal.
I'm looking for that to come back. But what sort of bridge do you typically play, Susan? How do you use BBO?
Well, I was playing that weekly free, so that's gone now. But teams matches probably most. I've played a couple of challenges. Challenge a friend on BBO or challenge a group. That's quite cool. And yeah, just some free tournaments, but I find them a bit slow going, so don't really play them as much.
What about you, Nick?
Played a couple of practice matches with some Kiwis. Playing with Gary. Well, I didn't really have much to do with that though. I just sat there and some bims came in. Didn't play very well. But yeah, so I've had 2 sessions of this is pretty cool. You have you play, you and your partner and a couple of opponents, and you can play a match from history, and you
Yeah.
compare against, and we were comparing with, I think, the Dutch and Italian teams in the semi-final of like 2011 Bermuda Bowl, which is pretty cool. So it's like, you don't need teammates. You don't have to organize a teams match, and generally the standard is incredibly high that you're comparing to. So that's quite nice for practice. So I've had a couple of those matches and the one Kiwi Australian match. I think we're going to have another one on Thursday, a couple of days. We're trying to make Thursdays regular and possibly more if people want them. But yeah, I mean, the matches are okay, but like pretty slow, and I don't know. I mean, the best thing about them is the quality of opposition, and just playing against good partnerships. Good partnerships put pressure on you. They know their stuff, and forces you to know your stuff. So that's basically what I like doing. So I try and only do that.
Yeah, I've played a few graph matches as well. It's really good to see what everyone did on the hand, and you're like, oh, didn't think of that, or a situation in the play that they got to that you didn't get to, or
yeah, it is really cool. Lots to learn from that.
How long do you spend like looking at what the others actually do, or do you just check what the score is? Or
not much. No. I like that it's there, and I know that I should do it. But normally I look at it, I'm like, come on, guys, what the heck is Dubois or Madala or someone going 4-off and 3 no trumps with a 7-3 major fit, Jesus, I'm losing imps to you guys, because of you guys. But yeah, no, it is useful especially for things like if you've got like a marginal overcall or double or something, just to see how aggressive people are in certain positions. I think that's really nice.
So do you set those up, or do you get someone else to set them up?
I get someone else to set up everything. I don't want to set anything up. I just want to be invited to the table. I want to sit down, I want to play, and then I want to leave. That's what I want to do.
I've set them up. They're really easy to set up. Just start a table as you normally would in the main bridge club, and then you can set who the table is, and then all you need to go when you're in the table, go deal source, and you can just search for Bermuda Bowl or Spin Gold or Bandabout or European Championships or something like that, and click what you want.
Sweet. That sounds good. It does sound pretty easy.
So if
it's actually quite good. You could do like a whole, start at, I don't know, the quarterfinals or something, and work you all the way up to the final stage.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
Be a lot of matches.
Knocked out at the quarterfinals or something, and then when you lose, you're out. Okay.
Yeah. There's no more loading up of hands. You got to start the next Bermuda Bowl from the round robin phase.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. But yeah, so if anyone wants to do that, so create a table, just like in casual. And there was deal source, which you can find by clicking the 3 blue horizontal bars. And then using deal source and finding everyone you want to do. So that sounds like a cool way to set up a teams match if you can find 4 people that you want to play and compare against some world-class stuff. I reckon that's an awesome way to actually do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
How have you guys been working on your partnerships? V8 Mama says hello. Howdy.
Hey, V8 Mama. How you doing? Thanks for the workout last night, along with Susan.
Still feeling your thighs, Nick?
I actually don't feel that bad tonight compared to
it's good.
after the first one. So it's going to be good. Yeah, tomorrow night's workout. Looking forward to it.
What's this workout?
This is Philippe's
Felipe,
Mama,
V8 Mama's
Felipe.
Pilates trainer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got us going on this workout routine, and we do it, trying to do it 3 or 4 times a week over Zoom. So, yeah, just encouraging each other to stay fit and healthy while we're in this kind of lockdown period.
Yeah. I reckon everyone's going to come out well, it's either going to be one way or the other. People are going to come out unhealthy, and I reckon most people are going to come out healthy because, you're not going to go to the dairy and buy ice cream. You're not going to go to the supermarket and buy a bunch of treats because you might just, get infected. That's what people are thinking. They're like, I'm just going to go and buy essentials and eat normally. And then because I got nothing to do, I'm going to go for like 20 walks a day with my dog and my kids and stuff. So I reckon it's going to be great for the general health, levels of pollution and stuff. It's just great.
Yeah.
Like, long live the
Pollution
lockdown.
must be going down quite a bit.
Yeah. Anyway, what were we talking about before that? That was,
workouts.
V8's workout. Yeah, for sure.
We're keeping
All right.
well on track.
This is all your fault, V8. You demanded the shout out, and now we don't even know what we're talking about anymore. Right? How are we working on our partnerships? Right? Partnerships. Yeah. Partnerships. Yeah, it's been good. Been the last day before lockdown, before I went to Alert 4, I'm like, all right, Gayo, I'm going to come visit. I can visit anyone I want to in the world, but I'm like, all right, I go visit my bridge partner. I'm coming for you, bro. So I went there and we, hammered out a few things and said what we're going to do over the lockdown period. And our idea was primarily to consolidate, so make sure we understand all our system, we've got it all documented, and make sure that the things that we're a bit to or throwy on, that we actually just pick something, and stick to it. So, so kickback is still happening. So that, I've come to terms with that now. But yeah, it's been kind of good. We've had a few things come up, and then even from this practice match, just a simple auction like a heart from the left-hand opponent, double, 3 hearts on the right, double. So, how often this can have 4 spades? Can it ever have 4 spades? How many hearts do you expect from it? And similarly, like what does a 4 heart bid show? So we were just completely the opposite in our interpretation of this. We never discussed it. I mean, you don't sit down with a partner and say, hey, by the way, how do you play a heart double, 3 hearts, 4 hearts, or a heart double, 3 hearts double? You got to kind
come up with?
We're playing Gayo's way. And that's it. That's all I'm going to say. I don't think it needs publicising. Sorry, Gayo.
No, I find that quite interesting actually, because Jessica and I were on different wavelengths on a very similar thing actually.
You want to at least go through
I was like, I never had 4 spades. I just picked them if I had spades. So.
Well, yeah, no, that is a good discussion point. All right. So Gayo's point of view was that if you have 4 spades, you bid them. You either bid 3 spades or you bid 4 spades. And I said, why can't I just double? And then you bid 3 spades on a normal hand with 4 spades, which you normally have, and I can pass that. Or you might be able to pass the double. That's pretty cool. Or you might be able to bid 4 minor or 3 no trump or something. Like if I bid 3 spades and you don't know if I have like 4 or 6 spades, I'm not saying that that double shows 4 spades or that 3 spades denies 4 spades, but it's like the hand I had was a 4, 2, 3, 4. I had ace empty 4, 2 small, 3 small, king, queen, jack 4. So I kind of wanted to play in game, but kind of not. I didn't really want to force there opposite a nil double. So I thought if I double and he bids 3 spades, I'll pass. Like I'm not going to just bump up to 4 spades with a doubled in heart, and seems pretty aggressive. And I thought anything else he does, I'm pretty happy with. If we can pass, I'll be really happy. If he can, bid 3 in a trump, that's good. my alternative, I thought, was I bid 4 hearts, and that way, if he's got spades, he could bid 4 spades. If he's got a really good hand, like my hand's not bad for him, and otherwise we might be able to play 5 clubs if he's got like a 3-1, 4-5. Just didn't look like the sort of hand to play 4 spades. So I said that, and he's like, "You're on drugs. Like, what? What is wrong with you? Just bid 3 spades or 4 spades. Just pick one." And I was like, "All right, you know." For the record, double would and should have worked extremely well, but it didn't.
Yeah. Well, Jessica's in your camp, and I have gone to Jessica's point of view. So.
Good. So
I'm doubling with
yeah, that's good.
Maybe I've gone to the better system. There we are. But it was just my instinct was always to just bid. So.
Yeah.
I think the weird hand type that you might have is like, what do you do if you've got like ace 4th spade, like king queen jack 5th diamond, like where you might not actually want to play spades if you have such a good diamond suit. So if you can't double and find out about spades, then you just have to commit to spades, even though you might have like a 9-card diamond fit and a 4-3 spade fit that gets tapped in the long hand or all those good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm in the
you can even.
I'm in the camp for takeout doubles. May still have 4 spades.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. I'm glad that you've converted, Susan. You know, for partnership harmony's sake.
Definitely.
I'll be watching ruefully as I bid 4 spades and go 2 off on a bad break, and everyone else you're in 5 minor, and I'm like, all right, that's all right. The price for harmony, you got to pay it. So that's what we're doing. We're having arguments about our doubles for the most part.
Yep.
Fortunately, they're not.
Constructive discussion.
Constructive. Yeah, this was probably closest to the least constructive conversation we've had, which is good. It's been constructive so far, and for the most part, it is. But yeah, this one was like, and you gotta have these discussions with your partner. You can't just be like, "Oh, okay, that was a sensitive topic. I'm just not going to talk about that anymore." And then when it comes up at the table, I'm just going to,
it just will never come up at the table again. Like,
exactly. Yeah, how could they ever come up? I've never had them bid and raise, to the 3.
Moddy just asked, "What about 1 heart double 2 hearts?" This level, I think I bid.
That is a good one.
Left.
No, this one's real. So okay, I'm going to peddle something that I don't play. I only played it once, and an extremely good player suggested it to me. It was Ishmael. He said, "Do this. It's amazing. You double 2 hearts to show 4 spades exactly, and therefore, when you bid 2 spades, you're showing 5. So you can show, like double partner bids 2 spades. You can show like an invite, but with a longer minor. You bid 3 minor, non-forcing, and it just helps out a lot when it goes like a heart, double, 2 hearts, 2 spades showing 5, 3 hearts. And now you, the doubler, can very freely raise to 3 spades with 4. Whereas, on a normal kind of minimum takeout double or something, like you're not going to raise very often with 4 card support because you could just be, could be totally, flaunting the law. I mean, we would never do that. Not triple double. But yeah, I don't do that. I would like to.
The other problem of heart double 2 hearts 2 spades, and they bid again, and the double is strong and wants to like a heart double 2 hearts 2 spades 4 hearts or something, and they can probably double again in that example, but there's certain times that they want to raise spades, but now panicked they don't have a fit, and playing the other way. So I think it's sort of good in 2 ways. We've got another question for Nick. Do you find Gary does his best discussions at 11 p.m. at the bar?
They're certainly entertaining. I don't think they're generally that productive at 11 p.m. Yeah, for the most part, we try and get all our discussion out before about 4 p.m. Like that's kind of the, after then is Gayo's time. So um, but yeah, it's good. And even when we play a match at night, we might send like a quick note to each other afterwards. But for the most part, we'll discuss it properly the next day because you've kind of got you're a bit, and it's not to do with any imbibing or anything. It's just to do with you're fresher. You can see things a little bit more objectively. You can see some of the implications of doing things certain ways. So yeah, I think that's a good way to do it. Like you don't want to discuss too much straight after you've played. You'd rather just separate the play from the discussion, I think. So I'd say entertaining, yes. Beneficial, not really.
Susan, how do you and Jess do your combos? Do them in person or do you email or like usually, not necessarily now?
No, we live next door to each other, and our bubble extends to each other's houses. So, no, it's not. Well, yeah, it's either normally online or in person. But we did a really good thing on Friday. We played about 2 hours against another pair, and we had Andy Hung. He was kind of coaching both pairs, but nothing was kind of said at the table. We weren't allowed any distractions, so that was a good thing to do. No emailing, for me, I'm what do a bit of work, but no. And then we each had like about an hour call with him after that, kind of discussing each hand. And yeah, no, it was really, really good.
That's awesome. That's really nice of him. That's
lots of good things you don't even think about,
Yeah.
What would you do? What would you have done with the opponent's hands? Or, why was it more beneficial to play a certain card? Or, so no, it was really good. So hopefully we'll keep that up. But yeah, we've been playing about 3 or 4 times a week, so it's pretty good, which is probably more than we do in non-lockdown. Probably good for us.
Cool.
Yeah, that is good.
Do you have any tips for helping people like avoid distractions playing online? I think it's really easy to we're playing online, I've got emails, all that sort of stuff that you mentioned. So
yeah, you just gotta have the web browser open of BBO, and that's it. Phone away. I actually was listening to music, I have to say, but I said to Andy that was more to drown out Liam, who was making a video bridge lesson in the other room. So that was allowed. So
that's good. Yeah, that's a good question because I have massively struggled focusing on BBA. I think it was with Glenn that we started, doing Skype calls while we were playing. Yeah, so we can tell each other what we got and stuff. Because it keeps us engaged and we can talk about interesting stuff. And so what we did when we played these matches, with the Bermuda Bowl comparisons with Gaio and Martin and Peter, is we set up a room in Zoom. So all 4 of us were on our video and we could talk to each other. And it was really good because as a practice, it wasn't so,
like you're online.
You didn't have to worry too much about like UI and stuff, but it was, because like if we screw something up, it's all right. But we're always there, like even if you're sitting there as dummy and it's taking a long time, like, you kind of getting it, you're feeling like you're at the table, you know. And we also tried to do that in the New Zealand Australian match on Thursday. Some people wanted to use it, some people didn't, some people couldn't. So it was a bit of a mess. But for the first 12 boards, it was really cool because I was effective because we did screen mates rather than a full table because we wanted the UI stuff to not be an issue. And I was screen mates with Nabil when we were at the, obviously same table, and that was like good because like we could, like there was a little bit of banter, but it was also like, when we're focusing, and you got someone there to kind of
keep you in tune.
Yeah, exactly. But then the second match, I did like neither of us had any Zoom partners, so like Nabil and I we're at different tables now, so we were sharing the same Zoom, but we weren't saying anything. Every now and then, like I was like really bored, so I'd say something, and he's like, "Dude, shut up! I'm trying to think." I'm like, I don't know where you're at in the hand, man.
Or what hand you're on.
Yeah, exactly.
One of you guys were like 3 boards behind each other. So.
Yeah, I know. It was, our boys were a bit. It was just like a little bit disorganized, It's going to be better for. Well, I hope it's going to be better for Thursday, but because it's good, it's nice. Nice playing even though the match doesn't matter too much. Like it's nice that it's, we're marketing it. It's like, yeah, come on, it's New Zealand versus Australia, So yeah, no, that's any any time where I'm talking to someone either on the phone or via Skype or whatever the messaging system is way better for me on BBO. Otherwise, I can't help it. I'm just going to alt tab and do something else. I get bored.
Yeah. I think our captain's trying to hook up a Australian versus New Zealand women's match, so hopefully that'll
be good.
happen at some stage as well.
Yeah, that'd be really good.
Though I don't know who the New Zealand women's team is, but anyway, some representatives of them.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I mean, we obviously aren't the true New Zealand team because Wibbly and Brown aren't available. Wibbly's internet in the sticks is not good enough, so.
No, I think he
just doesn't want
to.
Yeah, he'd have to be playing in the driver. He wouldn't want to. That's like the last thing he'd want to do.
If he's up some mountain and he had reception, he'd play.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, I'm sure whoever turns up, it'll be a good match.
Yeah. Cool. So you're trying to do these New Zealand matches every Thursday, or is that just a good match every Thursday? Or
I believe it's an Oz New Zealand match every Thursday. That's like the communication's a total mess, but that sounds like it's happening. So I'm operating under the assumption that we're going to match this Thursday.
I'm going to
probably
assume
the same
that
as
if it's
time.
happening, it's going to get posted in Australasian Bridge. If people want to keep tabs on that.
Yeah, I'd assume so. That would be a good place for it to be.
If it doesn't, we'll hassle Liam because he's good at posting in that.
He is. Yeah.
We had another one. Had another question. Cool. Another thing was like bridge books. Another alternative for something you can do in the downtime. Do you guys have any recommendations of good books?
I guess you want ebooks, probably, right? Because it's not going to be easy to acquire books, I suppose.
Amazon can probably deliver some.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, you could order some deliveries.
I'm sure there's some other ways to get them, but ebooks as well.
Yeah. Let's go have a look, eh? What have we got up here?
Oh, we got a nice little house tour.
Yeah. What can you guys see?
The Rodwell Files.
I know everyone loves it, but I actually don't really recommend it for. It's kind of a bit encyclopedic, I guess. Like I don't know. Everyone loves it, so you should probably read it at some stage. But I don't think it's like a, read this book and you're going to dramatically improve your game or anything. Um,
That the hungry
Card play
caterpillar
technique.
Vanessa asked.
It will be. Nah, it won't be in here. It'll be in Louis' room, I believe. Kelsey, yeah, for sure. All right.
Kelsey, yeah.
Okay. Here's an extremely good one. All right. I got two very good ones at the moment. Okay. So, can you guys read that?
Killing defense.
Killing defense at bridge. I should probably turn it the right way around, but it's mirroring, isn't it? Yeah, Killing Defense at Bridge by Kelsey and Card Reading by Eric Yaniston. This one might be harder to acquire. Adventures of Card Play is very good as well, but it's kind of, you've got to be interested in the esoterica of the game.
Adventures in card play is that is guaranteed not to improve your bridge. It's super interesting.
No.
The hands are
Yeah.
amazing, but there is not a chance you'll be able to use any of the information, even if you understood it.
No, that is true. I've probably read it like 4 times, and I think there are like just half the hands I just get wrong every single time. I'm like, wow, constantly mind blown by how cool it is. But yeah, the Kelsey in general is like Kelsey and Reese are two extremely good authors. They just put out this one. Ella likes this one. She says it's a good one.
Planning the play.
And I think this would be
It's very simple.
to the left.
No, other way.
Outside.
In front of your face.
Other way.
Other way. Other left.
Oh, yeah.
All right, there we go. By Barbara
And
Seagram
down a
and
touch.
David Bird. And down it. So yeah, that one Ella heartily recommends. She got up from the desk and went over purposefully to the bookshelf.
She highly
and
recommends.
picked it out.
Do you have any favorites?
Yeah.
Oh, I have to be honest, I haven't read any for quite a while, but the last one I did read was Peter Frieden's new one. That is very good if you can get your hands on that. Yeah. Your mind will be blown.
Which Peter Frieden? Like, what's the title of it?
I will message Liam and come back to you.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I read one book from Frieden. It was just it's amazing, but also like really funny. Like he's just like
his I mean, well, it was another. I think I don't know if it was him and someone else writing it, but
yeah. He's just amazing, eh? Like he wins a card at trick 1, and like he's got ace king jack 5th opposite 10 third, and he just like ace king jack 5th in his hand. And just like immediately there's a low one to the 10, and it's queen third on the left, and they duck, and you're just like, and he's like, oh, it was obvious because of like 15 inferences or something, and you're like, whoa.
Master of bridge psychology.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And yeah, he really does get into your head, and probably gets in messes with the opponent's head as well. So, yeah. No, Liam brought that back from the States. I don't know if it was last year or the year. No, probably even the year before that. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, there's that other book as well, Marshall Miles. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, Liam recommended it very strongly, and I read it, and it was very, very good. It's about defense, but I can't remember what it's called exactly. But he's a very good author too.
To me, Killing Defense goes back a while from when I read it, but like, but just the like concepts that he taught, I thought were super practical, and like the book is like 15 different chapters on how to count to 13, and it's like the bidding in it now is a bit archaic, and like you have to understand that they're doing some whacked bidding, but like, just this is how you count. Okay, now practice again, because I know you haven't really absorbed this. But count some more. Yeah. Like, I think like the chapters are called like beating the drum and beating the drum again and then counting
Yeah.
and then like he tucks in one on about like deceptive plays or something and then goes back to counting. Just like, oh wow, there is something
Count.
else, but you know,
Yeah.
it's amazing
No,
how much
counting and visualizing the shape of the opponent's hands is, definitely good in defense, but also in declare play as well. So,
Alright, well, cool. On that note, how about we bring up your hand, Susan? Make it a bit bigger for everyone. But you want to talk us through what actually happened on the hand?
yeah. So I was, I can't see your screen, but I'm just assuming you've got the BBO screen up. I was south, and the auction went 1 diamond by west. My partner passed, east passed, and I had a 16 count and 5 hearts. So I doubled, pass, and partner bid a no trump, and pass back to me. And I thought, oh well, show my hearts. Give we might still have a fit there. And partner raised to 4 hearts. And I had Avi on my left, who is very quick, and he quickly led the ace of diamonds. And I followed low, and Ron followed small, and then he switched to, he continued diamonds with the 9. So I won the king, and now I was like, okay, I can see 9 tricks. Where's the 10th? And obviously from the bidding, especially because West was vulnerable, East isn't going to have the ace of spades, so I'm not going to get a quick spade trick that way. So I had to decide how was I going to throw West in to play any spades. And so I thought I could ruff 2 diamonds in hand, draw trumps, eliminate clubs ending in dummy, and play the jack of spades. Again, kind of hoping East didn't have the queen. And basically the last 3 cards were going to be jack third of spades opposite king third, and hopefully West was also down to only spades. But then as the play continued, so I went about that plan, trying to ruff a diamond. Yeah, trumped a diamond. And now that East followed, I knew that West only had 4 diamonds and East 3. So I was like, okay, that's good, because when I throw him in, he's not going to have a diamond to get out at me. So I was like, oh, I could actually throw him in with that diamond. So I drew trumps, and West, everyone followed for 2 rounds, and West actually hit the 3rd one. So I knew in the red suits he was 3-4, counting again. So, which was even better, because now he's either got, 4-3-4-2, or 3-3-4-3, or 2. Well, I don't really know what he's got in the blacks yet, but I played the clubs and everyone followed for 3 rounds as well. And I played the club ending in dummy.
So you 3 clubs ending in the north hand?
Yeah. And so when he followed, West followed with 3 rounds of clubs, the only 2 shapes. and East obviously also followed for 3 clubs. The only 2 shapes he could have was 2 spades, 3 hearts, 4 diamonds, 4 clubs. Or what I needed was 3 spades, 3 hearts, 4 diamonds, and 3 clubs. So I play a diamond, pitching a low spade from my hand. And now, regardless of who has the queen of spades, I've got 1 spade trick and my trump trick left to get me up to 10. So I actually just claimed, I said, I've got you. So yeah, that was quite cool. Obviously, if Avi had a 2, 3, 4, 4, I couldn't have won. But yeah, I didn't see any other better options if he did have that shape. So
I was just wondering, because I mean, you followed a really nice line. What if you cashed the 5th trump before playing the clubs? So when you got to that point where Dummy's got Jack 3rd spade, no more trumps, the 4th diamond, and 3 clubs. So what if you play the trump before playing the 3 clubs? Now if Avi's got 2, 3, 4, 4, and if he's got ace queen doubled in spade, then he's going to be
he'll pitch his club.
He's going to be stuffed because he'll pitch his club, but now he won't have his club to cash when you in play him.
And if he pitches
he's
the
got
queen of spades,
then you just set up spades. Yeah. So I think that's a tiny little improvement that could.
Yeah, I like it.
But yeah, it was good. You followed a really nice line. I wasn't sure. Wasn't sure what line I was going to follow, but yours is definitely best to start it out.
Ron also pointed out I could have played spades towards the jack.
Yeah, obviously.
But I was trying to cater for Ron to have the queen as well. I mean, I had
absolutely
11 points. So.
Yeah, Avi could easily have a 12 count with jack of clubs instead of queen of spades. So
yeah.
I think that's it's a really interesting hand. It's a nice little play problem.
Yeah, but counting his shape,
stuck in the 10 of diamonds.
Counting his points. Yeah, the 10 of diamonds could have been a trick. I could have run the 10 of diamonds a trick too. Would have been I would have been making over tricks now. But yeah.
That's such a classic Avi move, eh?
I know, it's like
maybe you should have done it.
Maybe I should, right?
Yeah, maybe you should. Against Avi, why is he leading this diamond? Ace on another diamond. And then, he wouldn't lead the ace of diamonds from ace queen 9 4th. He wouldn't lead it from ace jack 9 4th. He must have ace queen jack.
Psychological play.
Yeah. And if Avi had ace 9 8 4th, he would lead a low one in his sleep. I'm actually surprised he didn't lead the queen, eh? That'd be another Avi move.
This is the whole thing. Peter Frieden would have led the queen.
Yeah.
And
you know the stoppers on your left. Just lead through it. Take the finesse.
I think the issue of the queen here is he knows that. Well, he thinks that you've still got a short diamond.
Exactly.
You also know that your partner can't have his. He knows his. You will know his partner can't have the ace of diamonds.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. You're quite right about that. Yeah, that is very true, Pete.
So playing a a grand slam against Avi. I got to a really dodgy grand slam where I had a choice of 2 finesses to take, either a roughing finesse, this finesse in the other suit. But the opening lead was the jack of clubs, and Dummy had ace queen 10. That was one of the suits. At trick 1, I had to guess whether to finesse in that suit. And I was like, I got surprisingly confident that it is just such a weird lead of leading the jack against anything else.
Yeah.
That I was very certain he had it, but I also realized that the other suit, if he had the king in that where I was going to take a finesse through the other person, he would have preferred that one. So I'm like, great, both my finesses are working.
Just claim it, trick 1. That's funny.
No, that was a pretty cool hand. Another question I was going to have is like, do you reckon it's at all interesting to like play a club at trick 2 or something where they might give you a count card? Like, I think East is going to be giving their partner very reliable signals, and like you don't know much about the distribution, but maybe if you play a club at trick 2, East would consider giving a count signal.
Yeah, that's a good point. I like that. I like that a lot.
I don't know if that'll sway you into doing anything else, but
you're still at the 2
and the 4.
Yeah, but I guess you'll assume that East is being honest and that West is not being honest.
Yeah, like Arvy's got no reason to give accurate. Like the strong hand, like in these spots where you're trying to work out who's false guarding, the strong hand
it's normally
doesn't care about signaling to their partner, but the really weak hand has to assume that their partner needs some sort of information. So. I don't think it'll make any real difference on this hand, but some random pointer.
No, it's good. Definitely helpful.
I really like these ones of like, there's a bunch of end plays. I think it's really important that like East could have the Queen of Spades and exiting that diamond, it's very easy just to like, I need to eliminate that suit and just keep trumping, and then you're like, but using the right exit card is really important.
Yep, absolutely. Yep,
cool.
Oh, that's cool.
May Jester said, do you play count and do you pick up on opponent signals if they... yes and yes. But it's kind of hard work to judge when... Like, basically signaling is much more advantageous for the defense than declarer, because declarer usually knows what they want to do, but the defense has no idea what they want to do most of the time. But you do want to be careful when you give count. And if you declare, it's not like you want to rely on it always, but early on in the hand, people will be giving more accurate signals because that's the time that they need to be. Do you two have any thoughts on that?
Yeah,
I also think it's when they're switching as well. You know,
when they're
I can remember Nick's dad telling me once that they're more reliable, you know, if they're playing high, then they've got a doubleton or anything like that early on in the hand as well. So
yeah, that is true. Yeah, I think it depends a little from partnership to partnership. Lots of, even like player to player, like some players are incredibly honest, some players not so much. And it's not like, I think people playing like natural count tend to be a bit harder to read because they're designed to try and play up the line. You know, you play your low spots and just, you know, and that's kind of like, you might think, oh, well, that's so simple, you know, just play my smallest card, but I don't want to win a trick, you know, genius. But it's actually, you know, it is kind of tricky to get a read on things, you know. I mean, occasionally you'll, you know, like here, you know, you'll see the smallest spot card and the third smallest spot card, and you'll be like, okay, well, the second smallest is with the smallest one, you know. So I'd say that when you're giving count, you should pay attention to that as well, because you know, you might want to give, you know, some flashy suit preference or something, but sometimes, you know, even if you're giving count, just, you know, play the cards that you're sort of known to hold. You know, like normally you can kind of work out if there's just one person who could be hiding the deuce, you know, if you're declaring, like you can work that out. And it can be a lot harder if it's like the 6 or something, because both of them could have just been playing their natural cards in the natural order. And I think similarly as well, like, you know, those spots where you're trying to work out whether to drop something, like, or to play for an end play or all that sort of stuff. And a lot of the time, like, say you've got like ace queen in your hand opposite 3 small, so you think, oh, there's not much I can read in this, you know. But when you're missing like all these sequential cards, like king, jack 10, 9, 8, 7, you can get such a clear read on things by paying attention to which spot cards they play, Like, how often does the guy with Jack 10, 9, 8 to 6 or something on your right play like the 8 and the 10 or something, like it's just, like never, like normally the real honest ones will just play the Jack first and then give you, a nice count the second time. And you're like, all right, sweet. Similarly, if this guy on the, left has had to throw his, 10 away or something, and then you're like, okay, well, was that Jack 10 doubled in or King 10 doubled in or 10x or something? Then you can very often work it out. And it took me ages to understand this because, when you're first playing, you get taught to, look at your cards and look at the dummies cards. And you look at ace queen doubled in or whatever, or ace queen X if it's too low, and it's like all these spots don't matter.
Yeah, well, I don't need to worry about those.
Exactly. I'm not going to win my third spot card, an ace queen X. But then actually you get so much information about what they can have and what they might not have and so on. Another one place where that happens is like, say they lead something and you don't know whether it's a doubled in or a natural length card, right? And so what good players are kind of taught, right? Good players instinctively do is they play an unnecessarily high card from dummy, to force righty to cover. So then lefty doesn't know how good righty's cards are, right? So we kind of learn to do that. But then you can do the reverse, right? You just play an unnecessarily low card from dummy and then see what righty plays, If it goes like the 5 lead, dummy's got like, 10, 10 8s, 4 deuce or something, and you're like, all right, I'll just play the small one, and then they cover with the 6 on the right, and you're like, okay, well, it's a singleton, or a singleton or a doubleton. Like, you just know, you just absolutely 100% know. So you got to be aware of these sorts of spots, I think, and that's not really necessarily about count so much, but it's like trying to read the pips, trying to pay attention to what pips people are playing from what combinations.
Yeah.
And it's really hard.
Oh, it's still counting the shape of the hand, trying to.
Yeah, exactly. You're counting the shape. You're just watching, and you're filling in the shape. That's the part that I struggle massively with. You fill in the shape with the little spot cards, not just XXX. You've got the 8, 6, 5 or something. So yeah, it's not so much about counting, more about just spot watching, I guess.
Cool. Anyway, good question. On that note, we might wrap it up. But all for joining us and good questions, and thanks, Nick, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys. It's been fun. We'll do.
Yeah, who knows if we'll still be in lockdown.
Probably. Well, some of us will be definitely the Australians. No, we probably will be as well. See you in lockdown, everyone.
See ya.
Bye.